So thank you very much, Mate, for this interview. We have been talking with a lot of times. I think from 2017, probably we meet probably, and in an event in Madrid that you done with Iconomi. And when I began my strategy, because right now the management in Iconomi, or the funds that I am managing in Economy, it's called strategy. So right now you are the CFO, the Director of Finance in Economy. Can you present us for those who didn't know you before?
Yeah, the thing is that I joined Iconomi in 2017. We did quite good and interesting paths in that 3 years. We went from rolling out the platform with crypto strategies. Back then it was crypto funds. But now it's more like crypto strategies, because you are following, you are managing your strategy, and you can see exactly how much position you have in each cryptocurrency. Economy is developing. We are adding new features almost every month. We are now searching for a new, let's say, fresh products or fresh features that could be added to the platform. Of course, we are seeing what is happening on the market, especially in terms of this negative trend that lasted for almost 2 years, let's say. Even though in the last year we saw quite good returns on the Bitcoin side and on some selected cryptocurrencies, while on other altcoins we saw sharp drops. But more or less, this is more a reflection of how, let's say, startups environment operates, because we all know that quite a lot of projects just, they don't find the market, they don't find the right, let's say, the right path, and they close down. And we see that also in the crypto space, because the activity coming from, let's say, from different entities is kind of narrowing, but that doesn't mean that the underneath there is still strong development. And most probably we will see new features, new products, new services coming out. And this will be also kind of glued with new entrants on the crypto market. We all know that new regulations are coming into force, especially, for instance, in Europe, anti-money laundering policy that is going from the 10th of January live, means that crypto industry will be somehow regulated. And we also saw that some countries like Germany, they already changed banking regulation, that banks will be allowed to offer some crypto services. And that means that this space will change, not just because new entrants will come, of, let's say, new companies that will offer services or products, but also because those companies will distribute these new innovations to the whole new segment.
Yes. I'm really happy because I have an strategy in Economy. This year I have finished with a 20% profit. So I think it was really successful year. Even in the last 6 months, I even have better return than the Bitcoin itself. So I think it's possible. There are ways to improve or to have some alpha to Bitcoin, and I think there are a lot of value in the company. So I think that in that moment probably it's a very good moment to invest, because there are a lot of companies that, because of these 2 years of bearish market, are a more good price that was before. No? what do you see about the investor? Do you think that they will? You are right now the company leader in asset management, no? In the crypto space, no? So what do you think? How do you see the investors about investing in platforms like Iconomi?
Well, one thing is for sure. Currently, there is no much general interest of, let's say, average Joe to be involved in cryptocurrency. The fact is that mass media is not covering cryptocurrency a lot. So they're not talking about how much Bitcoin rose or drops. That was the, let's say, the news from 2017. And this is very, very correlated with the interest of the general public. So my presumption is that smart money is now active. It's making positions. The people who know things, who know cryptocurrencies are the future, they are making and buying. While the average Joe, as a general public, they still need some, let's say, confirmation from the mass media. And mass media will start reporting about cryptocurrencies when we will see another, let's say, bull market.
And about I think right now is the time to invest in Iconomi as a traditional startup company, because you have done the road from the token to a traditional security. So I am going to invest in the securities. What can expect an investor of Iconomi in a traditional way from being an investor of Iconomi?
Yeah, well, our securities are always specific because they carry the right to get a dividend, and they carry also the right of liquidation mass. Those are two basic rights. We applied to that specific securities also the right for vote. So we, of course, are going to have an assembly soon after the whole process of converting tokens into securities will end. For investors, well, of course, there is a little bit tricky position right now because there is no market with ICN securities. We are nowhere listed, so this liquidity, factor is important, and we have to outline it. But other than that, I think Iconomi is a good opportunity to cover this industry, because if industry will go well, also then Iconomi will go well, of course, because we are correlated, so our revenues are correlated with the price.
Yes, and in your balance sheet, you have a lot of crypto assets that right now it's more probably than the value of the security. So in some way, we are investing in the business of managing funds, and also in an assets, a basket of assets that right now have a lot of value, no?
Yeah, well, our balance sheet of the whole Iconomi is quite strong still. You know that we raised more than $10 million in 2016. At that time, a good part of that money was raised in cryptocurrencies, and we know how the prices were in 2016. Right now, looking at the last financial reports, we had a balance sheet with more than $30 million on it. So, and you can imagine that number will increase if the crypto market will increase, because a lot of that assets are still in cryptocurrencies.
Are you planning to invest in some other other tokens? Because you in these assets, sometimes you have invested in projects that were funding, have some fundraising. Are you thinking invest in other tokens, or are you only to maintain this balance sheet as it is?
Well, I think we will more or less maintain the current structure. We tried a little bit managing on our own and also outsourcing that, but we find out that since crypto is so specific, it's much easier on one way to just stay into 2-3 main
assets,
cryptocurrencies, and to not speculate about it, because it's not our main focus.
Yes. And what will be the report of the Q4? Because you will launch probably and all the year, not probably, to know what are the revenue or the activity.
Yeah, well, the activity report and the balance sheet report, these reports will come out at the end of January. We will also most probably include some information about this process that we are now converting tokens into EICN securities. Right now, there is a subscription period that is open. It's the second one, and it will last till 15th of January. And then on 20th January, we will publish how much conversion happened, and we will know what will be the final emission of the securities. And then we will see what's next. Most probably, we will start preparing the assembly. As I said, at the end of January, we will publish the financial reports. And then on assembly, we will also discuss about options, meaning how the economy will develop. Most probably, there will be a vote about the management. But we are also open to see suggestions from other, let's say, investors, owners, because they have an opportunity to do that.
Yeah, and about the people or the tokens that are going not to be converted, because I know probably one lost it or I know are missing. What will be? Will be less shareholders, less token. How is going to work that?
Yeah, well, you know that we had this EICN conversion process prepared for a very long time. It is more than 1 year that we were addressing, informing, notifying all token holders about this conversion. And of course, there are some people who didn't react, who didn't respond. And as you know, that with other things, if the train goes, and this is like also with our story. So that the EICN blockchain is kind of stopped. So for us, looking forward, EICN, so ICN token is no longer active, and that story ended in that terms. And going forward, it will be Iconomi Liechtenstein and securities that issued that entity, and the owners that have these securities. Of course, looking from the number perspective, not everyone chose for that conversion. Some people decided to go for the Ether conversion, and it's okay, because this will also be done till end of January, and everybody who opted for that option, this will be fulfilled. So.
Okay, so thank you very much for your interview. I am, as an investor of Iconomi and also as a manager of the strategy, I really love the project. I think there are a lot of very, very skilled people with the strategies, and I think really the project, when the market will have a better returns, and I probably will have more time to see what are the value creation of all this space. we'll see a lot of things, and I hope you can include something like the DIA interest rate or something like that. That I think for us, like as a manager, will introduce some extra profit that I think is very interesting, because probably will add more revenue to our strategies.
Yeah, well, everything is on one way possible, but it has also some constraints. You know that Iconomi platform is a real-time platform. There are no limitations, and sometimes it's a little bit tricky to have so much flexibility on one side and then having all these benefits on the other side. And we need to find a good balance here. But as I said, yeah, we are rolling out new features, and right now there are some stable coins. There is some staking, and of course, going forward, more of that will be also included.
Okay, thank you very much, Matej.
Thank you.